You know that feeling? That quiet, nagging sense that you're just floating? I'm talking about waking up, hitting your marks, and doing your job. But deep down, you know the engine isn't revving anywhere near the red line. It's like being stuck in rush hour traffic in a Ferrari. You have all this horsepower under the hood, all this potential, but your foot is hovering over the brake. You aren't going anywhere. You're just burning fuel. That feeling is dangerous because it feels safe. It feels comfortable. But what if that comfort is actually a cage? What if that safety is slowly, quietly destroying your ambition? Welcome to The Last Read, books for your ears, wisdom for your life. Today, we are smashing that cage open. We are cracking the spine of one of the most intense, confrontational, and transformative books ever written, Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. This isn't just a biography, it is a manual for the mind. It's about stripping away the polite lies we tell ourselves and callousing our brains until they become fortresses. Now, you might know the name David Goggins. You might know the resume. The only member of the U.S. Armed Forces to complete Navy SEAL training, Army Ranger School, and Air Force Tactical Air Controller training. The man who once did 4,030 pull-ups in 17 hours just to break a Guinness World Record. But if you focus on the accolades, you miss the point. Because Goggins wasn't born a warrior. He didn't pop out of the womb doing push-ups. If you met him in his early 20s, you would have seen a guy weighing nearly 300 pounds, working the night shift spraying for cockroaches at Steak and Shake. He was depressed, he was terrified of his own shadow, and his diet consisted of chocolate donuts and milkshakes. He was, by his own admission, a man with no future.
So how does a depressed, overweight cockroach sprayer transform into the hardest man alive? It didn't happen by accident. It happened because he developed a specific mental toolkit. And today, we're handing that toolkit to you. The first tool is the foundation of everything, and Goggins calls it the accountability mirror. This is not about positive affirmations. It's not about looking in the glass and telling yourself you're perfect. It's the exact opposite. It's about staring your insecurities in the eye. When Goggins decided to change, he stood in front of that mirror with shaving cream on his face and told himself the raw, ugly truth. You are fat. You are lazy. You are uneducated. It sounds harsh, right? But think of it like a GPS. You cannot plot a course to a new destination if you refuse to admit where you are currently standing. You have to admit you are lost before you can get found. He used Post-it notes on that mirror to hold his feet to the fire. If the note said, "Go run," he didn't take it down until the sweat was pouring. Once you start being honest with yourself, you can finally start the work. But here is the catch. As soon as you start pushing, your brain is going to scream at you to stop. It's going to tell you that you are exhausted, that you have nothing left to give. And that brings us to the second and perhaps most famous tool in the book, the 40% rule. Goggins argues that we all have a governor on our brains, just like a speed limiter on a car engine. When your lungs are burning and your mind is begging you to quit, you feel like you're at 100% capacity. But the truth? You are only 40% done.
You have 60% left in the tank. That pain you feel isn't a stop sign. It is simply a checkpoint. It's your brain trying to keep you comfortable. The people who win in life are the ones who learn to override that governor and tap into that hidden reserve. But how do you keep moving when you are in what Goggins calls the pain cave? When you are suffering, how do you find the energy to access that 60%? You need to reach into the cookie jar. Now, this isn't a treat, it's a mental archive. It is a collection of all the past victories you've achieved, and more importantly, the hardships you have survived. When Goggins was in Hell Week, shivering in the surf, he didn't think about the cold. He reached into his mental cookie jar and pulled out a memory of losing 100 pounds in 3 months. He reminded himself, I survived that. I am the person who navigates chaos. By using your past suffering as evidence of your strength, you flip the script. You stop fearing the difficult times and start using them as fuel. Ultimately, this is about callousing your mind. Just like a weightlifter develops calluses on their hands to handle heavy steel, you must expose yourself to discomfort to harden your mind. If you live a life avoiding friction, you stay soft. But if you do things that suck, waking up early, running in the rain, having the hard conversations, you build armor. So here is your challenge for today. Look in that accountability mirror, find your truth, and when things get hard, remember, you're only at 40%. If you want the full blueprint, there is a link to buy Can't Hurt Me in the description below. Trust me, you need to read the full story. And if you're ready to stop floating and start driving, hit that subscribe button for the last read. Remember the standard. Don't stop when you're tired. Stop when you're done.